What is up, you guys? And welcome back to Sport Champs, episode 27?
That sounds right.
Yep, 27.
I got my man Dave to my right.
Most importantly, y'all just heard who we got to the left. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
And I got my man Winston.
What up?
What up, Winston? Welcome back, dude.
Thanks, dude.
Winston returns. I feel like we should put that in the title. Winston returns, dude.
It's the
new set.
return.
Look at the new set, guys. Thanks. I don't know if you guys are digging the new set, but I do because it's so comfy. See, but I fucked up with the fit check. See, I forgot that we were doing this and having the set change. So I'm in sweats and my studio shirt, and I just got back from the studio, already fucking up the pod with the. Oh, it's YouTube telling us that we're live.
Good.
Beautiful. Shout out to everybody in the room. We got Deryk over there behind the computer and behind the cam. We got Winston back. Where have you been, Winston?
Oh, just dealing with life shit. Was gonna buy a house.
Damn.
Yeah, then I backed out of that.
My man's balling.
Yeah, starting my master's program soon, so getting that situated.
Let's go, dude. Congrats.
Thanks, bro.
You doing the same thing that Holly did?
It's a little different, but yeah, pretty much.
Kind of a different one?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Damn, that's fire. I didn't even know you could do different ones like that.
Yeah.
Is it like better or something or what?
No, it's just what
different one.
My job accepts it.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
It's whoever. Okay, that makes sense.
I start that February 1st, so.
That's fire.
Yeah, gonna be a little bit more busy, that's for sure.
That is for sure, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
Well, as a friend, I know you're really good at compartmentalizing your time. You're really responsible with that. You're like the first friend in the Discord chat who's like, oh, 9 p.m. I gotta go to bed, y'all. So,
yeah.
So I know that
early.
It ain't gonna be nothing for you. It's just gonna be a commitment more than anything.
He's committed.
I mean, man's pulls through with what he commits to.
He's out here, man.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. I haven't been to school in a minute, so we'll see.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, fucking A. You got it. You're gonna be fine. I already know you're gonna be fine.
How was y'all's week?
Good, man. Got back from the studio. Just drove back from Springs here to the Street Champ studio from Mount Olympus studio, my recording studio, and made 2 fire tracks, 2 fire beats today. Showed you guys a little bit of them. It's gonna be another good week. Doing the same damn thing next weekend. Double days, dude. We're doing the double days, 2-a-days.
Oh yeah.
Fucking podcast and making music. Other than that, though, just worked. Took in a little bit of the sports. Fucking sad that there's no UFC this weekend. I think we got 2 weeks with no one. Right?
There's no UFC, but if I'm not mistaken,
Bellator, right?
I think Bellator's next weekend. I think we have the PFL Europe thing, and it's basically their Challenger Series. Which
yeah. Okay, I remember.
Did you
Isn't
see?
Shane on that one? No, probably not.
So they announced 3 surprise or celebrity judges for it. So first one was Wiz Khalifa, who's a minority owner of the PFL. So
really?
So he's one. Another one they announced, Tyron Woodley.
What's it called?
shit.
PFL what?
Challenger Series, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like their contender
Week
series.
1, right?
I believe it's Europe.
That's cool.
Why is Tyron Woodley in it?
Because he fulfilled his contract obligations with the UFC, and then he's been doing boxing. So I think this is just kind of him staying in the adjacent MMA headspace.
But isn't he good enough to not have to?
He's not fighting. He's
okay.
a celebrity judge.
He's just judging.
And the third celebrity judge that I wanted to name that really shocked me was Ray Lewis.
Oh shit!
So this is tonight,
He
Friday.
He killed a man.
Yeah, seriously.
Friday, January 27th this year, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So here,
It's
if
on
you're watching in
Fubo
Colorado,
TV? Yeah,
it's on Fubo TV.
Not familiar with.
7 p.m. There's only 4 bouts. We only have 4 bouts.
Like I said, I believe it's the equivalent of the Dana White Contender Series.
Lucas
for the
Barbosa, Itzo Bablu-Dize, Eric Alquin, and Thadjean. Joseph Whitner, Zach Jusola, Kenley St. Louis, and Nick Alley.
And I believe this is taking place in Europe. They're doing the Challenger Series over there.
We got all welterweights. All of them are welterweights.
Nice.
This is all welterweights card. We got 1 fight at 175. That's the last fight. Nick Alley versus Kenley St. Louis.
So PFL typically does that tournament system, right? So maybe they're going to do that.
They do seasons and
with
shit.
The welterweights. Do you guys think they're going to do that? Like the winner of the winners go against
they
each
bracket
other?
these guys?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to do these cards and then decide to sign them or not.
Yeah, I assume
There's
it's
only
kind
4
of that.
fights. Mm-hmm. So, and that's kind of like Dana White Contender Series. Only 5 fights, and then they would choose who they would sign depending on if it was good or not.
Okay.
So I want to say they're going to do something like that. The first fight on there, I think, or maybe the last fight, This is Lucas Barbosa, 2-1, fighting Itzo what did I say? Babuladze.
Something like that.
2-0. So these guys are very, very
Prospects.
green. Very, very green.
That's why it's the Challenger series,
Yeah.
not the Contender. I mean, no intellectual property, pun intended. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, check that out. That is tonight if you're watching this live. If you're not watching this live, then it already passed. Or it's going on right now.
Yeah.
One of the two. Other than that, should we go over hold on. I guess I should. Oh, man. I gotta re-find it now. Hold
Dun,
on.
dun, dun.
Yeah, let me go back, re-find this nice little sound here. There it is. Boom.
Now it's time to talk MMA.
We should have hit that earlier, but it's okay. We're here now.
Mm-hmm.
UFC. We don't even have to go over a card, huh? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
I was about to say.
Sorry, I'm running around.
We had two title
We had
fights.
2 title fights on the pay-per-view. We're coming off of a pay-per-view, guys. And I'm kind of confused, because we took a break here, you know what I mean? We're back. We're back and rolling now. We have Winston back. I just locked my iPad. Now we're back. All right, let's go over these early prelim results. We talked about them last episode, I believe. Or no, we didn't. We didn't go over this card. Did we miss? I can't remember.
We
went over it. Yeah, we
previewed
talked
it
about
for sure.
it was just me and you. That's why.
Yep.
We had Winston missing. That's what happened. All right, so we had the bantamweight fight that started out the card. Simon Oliveira versus Daniel Marcos. Daniel Marcos hitting a 14-0 mark now, knocking out Simon Oliveira in second round, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Right after that, we had a women's featherweight bout. Josine Nunez actually taking the win over Zara Fern dos Santos. Right after that, we had Nicholas Dalby actually winning. That was an unexpected win for me. Nicholas Dalby doing the damn thing, winning a decision against Warley Alves in the welterweight division. And then Ishmael Bonfim knocking out Terrence McKinney cold. Did you see that one?
No, I did not see that. I did not see that coming.
Oh, my God.
Terrence
dude.
McKinney's a dog.
He's a dog, but he's a killer be killed fighter. And he was killed that one. Ishmael Bonfim doing the damn
Wasn't
thing.
that his UFC debut as well?
It was his UFC debut.
Both the Bonfims?
Bonfim, both won. Both of them won.
That's
That's a party at the Bonfim house, isn't it?
Hell of a entrance to the UFC,
Hell
you
of a
guys.
freaking entrance, dude. Round 2 knockout, 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Right after that, we had a bantamweight fight. Cody Stamen, Stamen fighting Luan Lacerda. Stamen getting out the decision win over Lacerda. And, yeah.
Not much to say
21
about
and 5. Yeah, 21 5 and 1. And then what did I say last time in the last episode? Jelton Almeida is going to knock this man out. He's going to get him out of there.
We parlayed that not going the distance.
Yeah, Parlay did not go in the distance, and guess what? Didn't go the distance. We called it. Jelton Almeida knocked him cold. Second round, 2 minutes and 56 seconds. That ended the early prelims, and now on to the normal prelim card. We had 2 canceled bouts. Gregory Rodriguez was supposed to fight Brad Tavares, and Tioga Moises was supposed to fight Guram Kutaladze. Then we started out the prelim card with Gabriel Bonfim. We just talked about the Bonfim brothers doing the damn thing, getting a submission win in 49 seconds right after his brother getting the finish on Monir Lazez. Lazez at 11-3 now. Now we got Bonfim 14-0.
Yeah.
Undefeated. Crazy, man. Welterweight's a crazy division, and for the Gabriel Bonfim to come in there and do his dang thing, impressive. Tioga Moises taking on Malquotzel Costa, and he got it done by submission. Round 2, Tioga Moises. Tiago, yeah. I don't know why I was struggling so bad. But then, another unexpected thing, I was going for Gregory Rodriguez in this next fight. And Bruno Ferreira shut me up, knocked him out in the first round. Gregory couldn't even get out the first round. RoboCop getting shut off, man. Shut off. That's the wrong kind of downloaded you want. Ain't that right, Winston?
Hell yeah.
All right, now we got to talk about the legends in this fight card. That fight, we had 2 retired fighters. We'll talk about one later, but one I want to talk about now is somebody who made me fall in love with the sport. Mauricio Shogun Ua. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you've done for the sport. Thank you for your entertainment. I'm very sad to see you go. I mean, we talked about it last week. He's going over against somebody very hard to fight, Ihor Porteria, and the dude did the thing, TKOing Mauricio Shogun Ua in the first round, 4 minutes and 5 seconds. I mean, unfortunately, our legends in this sport don't go out in a good foot. Am I right?
It's very rare that they go out on their terms.
Yeah. It's and honestly, he could have went out on his terms, but I feel like he just wanted one more win to get out of there, but couldn't get it done. Ending the sport at 27-14-1. He needs to enter the Hall of Fame. If he doesn't, I would be very surprised.
He will.
He
guarantee.
He did the damn thing in Pride. Did the damn thing in UFC.
He's already a Hall of Famer, I believe, for his bouts with Dan Henderson.
Yeah,
those are Hall of Fame
He's a combat sports Hall of Famer. Thank you, Mauricio Shogun Hua, for everything that you've done. We appreciate you dearly. I'm very sad that you were on a prelim. At least you were the feature prelim, though, brother. Thank you for everything you've done for the light heavyweight division. You really fucking broke barriers, dude.
Mm-hmm. All the way back in Pride.
All the way back in Pride. Thank you, Mauricio. All right, moving on to this main card, man. Tough break for your mans, huh? Tough break for your mans. The Bear Jew Paul Craig getting knocked out at TKO'd in the first round by Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker just... That 2 minutes was hectic. Mm-hmm. I don't know anybody, especially a focused Johnny Walker. Now, I know Johnny a little bit ago blaming the Kush for his bad fights and him getting knocked out and stuff. But, I mean, he's got some new coaching coming in there, and they're doing the dang thing with Johnny Walker.
Hell yeah.
Good job, Johnny. I mean, you're doing the dang thing. You're scaring everybody by doing the worm still.
Yeah.
You know, hitting the worm. But
that's how you fucked your shoulder
that was a
up,
good
dog.
finish. I mean, for him to throw the kick, get his leg caught, and then unleash a strike on him, you got balance, you got power. Mm-hmm. You're a good fighter, man. Good job, Johnny. All right. Women flyweight bout. Should they have stopped it, Dave? Should they have stopped it sooner?
Against Lauren Murphy?
Lauren Murphy, Jessica Andrade. Should they have stopped it sooner? Winston didn't even watch it. Should they have stopped it sooner?
I think I heard Dave reacting to the fights, I think.
Really?
I want to say we were in Discord at the time.
Yeah.
That's fine. A little Discord
Yeah,
watch
so
party.
it sounds like they should have stopped it sooner because he was like, oh my God, what is going on?
Lauren was taking heat.
Yeah.
She was taking heat.
She and Glover have some gene in their chins that just makes them impervious to falling down too much.
Yeah, dude. Jessica Andrade also, we can't nullify the fact that she's a beast at flyweight.
No doubt.
Beast at flyweight. Who's stopping Jessica Andrade right now? Don't know. Other than Rose, we seen Jessica slam her on her face though. So yeah, Weili I think wins that fight though if they fight Andrade Weili.
They've already fought a few times. That's when she got the belt the first time.
Twice, right?
I know they fought at least once because that's how she got the belt.
It is how she got the belt. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
See,
and then Rose came and took it from Weili.
Flyweight
and then Rose
is just,
defended it against her as a rematch. Or no, they had a rematch that wasn't even for anything.
Then Carla got it out of nowhere. Just
on that boring ass fight.
I mean, we won't talk about it. All right, moving on. We had Gilbert Burns submitting Neil Magny. I mean, I seen this coming. Gilbert
Odds
Burns
were for that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, Gilbert Burns is a scary man to fight.
Did you see his call out though?
Yes. Colby Covington.
I want that fight so bad.
I want that fight so bad too, but you know what else is a good fight? Gilbert Burns, Bilal Muhammad. Good fight. Good fight right
I'm
there.
Not mad
dude.
at
Good
that.
fight right there. But the fight to make is Colby and Gilbert. Davison Figueiredo getting TKO'd by Brandon Moreno via Dr. Stoppage.
Mm-hmm.
Via Dr. Stoppage. It was round 3, 5 minutes. Let's go! Brandon Moreno, dude, I was waxing my boards as I was watching that fight. And went snowboarding. But, dude, I was screaming. I was like, let's go! Ah, it was such a good fight, dude. He showed out. Moreno showed out. He showed what he can do. You know, he's a beast. He's a beast.
That's that's definitely his weight class. Moreno's an all-class act.
All class.
Love seeing him. I feel like he's put over to the extent of a Diaz brother now because of his Mexican heritage. So every time he fights on the West Coast, it's like he's must-see TV.
He's loved. He's a very loved fighter too. Like he's fun to watch. He actually he puts it all out there, dude. He puts it all out there for him to get the title back. I'm so happy, dude. He was interim champion. Now he's for sure champion. We actually, when Davison was taking off his gloves, I was like, he's retiring.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, no, you don't.
Yeah, I was like, dude, do not retire right now. You have so far to go. And then he just announced that he's moving up to 135 bantamweight.
He's gonna run amok in 135.
He's gonna run amok.
He's a little small
he's
though.
Small, yeah. He's small. It kind of scares me, dude. Like Davison Figueiredo versus Sean O'Malley. You're not touching Sean. Sean's going to keep you at distance. All right, but moving on. It would still be a good fight, though. That is one thing I'll say. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat. We cannot see the chat right now, but it's okay. Thank you for if you're watching this live. Honestly,
See if I can pull it up on my phone.
thank you
or
for
something.
watching live. We got Winston checking out what we got. Probably nothing, huh?
He said he needed some money after Jake. This was a minute ago. That was authentic.
I see you. Shout out to everybody in the chat though, joining up with us. All right, let's get on the main event of the evening. Jamal Hill, Glover Teixeira. We have a new champion, Jamal Hill, who's never been champion. Very emotional after his win. We have a decision win, round 5. Do you think they should have stopped that fight?
They could have stopped it after those 3 consecutive head kicks, dog.
They could have stopped the fight.
It's respect to Glover
Yeah.
because Glover has shown in countless attempts that
And he wanted to keep going.
yeah, we know, but I mean,
sometimes you got to save fighters from themselves. But
I don't know. Jamal Hill, I did not see him losing that fight. Really shy of getting knocked out. I didn't see him losing that fight.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of, both of us were. I wanted Glover to win very badly. I was picking Glover because I thought maybe he could get Jamal down, but Jamal showed out with his defense.
Now, this is a huge historical moment in terms of significance of UFC branding and reach. Jamal Hill becomes the very first Dana White Contender Series alum to win a belt. Put that.
That's big.
We thought it would be O'Malley.
It happened fast.
Oh yeah, and the crazy thing is he was talking to Ariel last year, right before February of 2022, and in the interview he was just like, "Where do you see yourself in February of 2023?" And he goes,
Champion.
"Yes."
I remember that. I watched that, dude.
And I think he deserves it. I love how Jamal Hill. The thing that Jamal Hill does that reminds me of prime John Jones when Jones took out Hua is he throws caution to the wind and then just throws devastation at you. You know what I'm saying? The strategy is just I'm gonna make you quiver. He did it to Thiago Santos. He's done it to everybody at this point.
Doing the dang thing.
He just has hands of fury, and he's one of those rare specimens who hasn't been doing MMA that long, years wise, but yet he's just a God-given talent. You know what I'm saying? It's no accident. That also being considered, light heavyweight has been a back burner of a weight class. We've had a lot of regurgitation at champ after DC and Jones left, Mm-hmm. So the matchmaking at 205 is kind of stale outside, so it was awesome to get a new face in there. And,
new faces,
and who
man.
would have known this young buck was just going to... Oh, man. And then another thing this puts into perspective that I want to just... I saw a post about this that really made me think. Glover went 25 minutes almost 25 minutes with Yuri, went as many minutes as he did with Jan Blachowicz, and then he went all those minutes with Hill. He lasted 13 with Rumble. Rumble hit him with that one
R.I.P.
punch.
Rumble, man. R.I.P.
That shows how
Rumble.
awesome Rumble was.
Yeah.
I argue
Great fighter.
I argue pound for pound most devastating striker in MMA history.
Yeah, dude, definitely.
I just had to shout out Rumble.
He had Mike Tyson hands in the UFC, dude.
And the crazy
Knocking
thing,
people out.
how did he fight from 170 to heavyweight?
Don't know how that happened.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Not to
man.
get off topic.
No,
though.
you're okay. I mean, that was your UFC 283 recap from Sport Champs. One thing I do want to talk about before we move on, though. Winston, will you pull up Jamal Hill? And I want you to look at his chest tattoo. And I want you to tell me what you think.
How do you
What do you think about his
spell
chest
Jamal?
tattoo?
It's
So
Jamahal.
Yep, he hit it. And if you guys are watching with us, go ahead and go to Google and type in Jamal Hill, and maybe just in the
The
ring.
first image that will come up will be a dog.
A dog. But let's talk about this chest tattoo. Can we talk about this chest tattoo?
What I see the thumbs up. What does it say?
I don't know what it said. I can't remember honestly.
Northsiders?
I just don't know. I'm talking. Let's talk about the thumbs real quick. Let's talk about the thumbs up.
I mean,
The worst tattoo in the UFC? Yes or no?
Oh, you just reminded me
Worst
of...
tattoo in the UFC? Maybe worst tattoo on a champion in the UFC. We could say that.
it looks like he's got gloves, like it's Mario's thumbs. I don't know.
Bro, you
And
just...
I wanted to bring this up to you so you could talk about this a little bit too. I mean, we were kind of hitting that UFC 283 thing, but I don't know. Rate this tattoo for us, man.
I'm gonna give it a 3, bro.
3 out of 10 for
Yeah.
Jamal Hill's tattoo.
The hands are unrealistic. The thumbs are small.
They're terrible.
I'm definitely beating this person in a thumb war.
Oh, yep. Those ain't Winston's hands.
Looks like they're wearing gloves, which it's UFC, so maybe that's it. You know what
Those are the shittiest gloves that I've ever seen in my life. If we're
Josh just sent me some potential MMA breaking news.
Oh, what do we got?
So
you
this
go
is-
ahead and announce it. We have some
Okay, I
breaking
don't
news,
know.
yeah.
I'm not. If this
Ooh, you
isn't,
know what I should do? Hold
if
on,
this
let's switch it
isn't a
up.
legitimate thing, Josh is super reputable, so I know he vets his sources. So I consider this legit.
Hold on one sec. Let's try something out. Whoa. What is happening? Okay, never mind.
Okay.
It's the app's being all stupid.
Well, according to this tweet, it says Dana White announces UFC 287 will be headlined by a rematch of Alex Pereira and Izzy. Co-main will be Gilbert Burns against...
God damn it, dude.
Jesus Christ.
I know, dude. I'm sorry.
Co-main
Winston's
event.
shaking his head.
Co-main.
Deryk is probably like, what is going on? What?
Sorry. Co-main event will be Gilbert Burns against a returning
No.
Jorge Masvidal.
What? What?
If that's legit.
Read that one more time for him.
According to this tweet, and Josh is typing now, so I'm sure he's got the deets.
Who's
but
this tweet from?
It says Andrew Harbaugh.
Don't know who that is.
I'm not familiar, but it says Dana White announces that UFC 287 will be headlined by a rematch of Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya. Co-main event will be Gilbert Burns against a returning Jorge Masvidal.
Wow.
If that's true, that's bananas.
I'm going to check out what Ariel Helwani's saying about this right now, if he's reported anything. Yep. 1 minute ago, Ariel Helwani, Alex Pereira, Israel Adesanya, Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal, co-headlining for that first fight I just called, April 8th, pay-per-view per Dana White.
So
I perform April 7th, good plug, for DB Bada Bag the night before that. So we're going to be able to watch
it's far in the future, but if I'm parlaying those two fights in the future now, I got Pereira retaining, and I got Gilbert. That's my two.
I think I'm going Izzy, bro.
I got Izzy.
I think I'm going Izzy.
I got Izzy.
And then probably Gilbert.
I made a song, Style Bender. I'm going Izzy.
Did you see his new face tattoos?
Yes. I did see his
I've
new face
not.
tattoos.
You got some
pull those up for you so you can see those.
You got
so
some
we
like
can
right
talk
above
about
his
them.
eyebrows. Pretty
Yeah,
fire.
man. They're pretty fire, bro. I could see him with them.
A little. I mean,
Nerd!
he's into
Nerd alert! You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say nerd by any
No,
means.
I know. I'm just joking. It was a joke.
he's into like anime and all like the culture that comes with that. So
Tell
I'm
me
sure
this-
that there's something to do with that implied about this. That's like a meaning that I don't.
Winston, tell me this isn't nerd alert. Tell me that ain't nerd
Face
alert.
tats.
Winston has
It just hits you
no-
with a.
Yeah, I know.
I can't find it yet. It's Naruto.
What? Really? No, just type in Israel Adesanya face tats.
Just look up his IG. It'll
Oh
be
yeah,
on
just
there.
look up his IG.
Style Bender. It'll be on there.
Yeah, true.
I'm telling you guys, his kryptonite is Pereira. But
I think it's cool.
how
You
do
like him?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I like him too. I was just joking about the nerd shit, but it is kind of nerdy.
Do you think Pereira
bit.
goes up to 205 to try to challenge Jamal Hill to rematch his buddy?
He's already calling him out.
Well, now that he has a fight book that can't take place until at minimum that happens, and that's also assuming Dana doesn't get like Yuri at best will be back in probably like 7 months.
Yeah,
because he has
probably
like
7
a
months.
1 year recovery. I think he like fucked up his rotator cuff or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he had to get surgery.
This
He
is
really messed
random,
up himself.
so random, but it reminded me. Did you know there's I saw a side by side. It showed John Jones, Kamaru Usman, and Jamal Hill in their UFC photo holding the belt, and all three of them had Photoshop imposed Usman's arm. Like all three back to back to back. You can see the arms identical. They just like imposed tattoos on it and shit.
Got you.
UFC
hilarious.
Photoshop cutting corners.
Cutting corners.
You got to pay
dude.
for that power slap league. I get it.
Yeah.
We should talk about that a little bit.
Oh,
let's
dude.
get into that. I
you see
watched the
episode
second
2?
week. I watched episode 2.
You live
shout out-
react to those, right?
Shout out to well, Josh canceled on us this week, so we didn't get to live react to that. But next Wednesday, check us out on twitch.tv/HillJosh.
Yeah, if y'all want to see some AEW live reactions too,
Yeah, we
show
do
up a
those
whole
as well.
hour earlier.
Yeah, so an hour before that, yep, we watch AEW as well. But yeah, let's talk about slap. Let's talk about the slap fights. Now, Winston, have you watched any of these slap fights at all?
I think I saw a clip that you posted on your Instagram of maybe it was Josh about reacting to the slap fights.
Yeah, so it was us. We were reacting to that. Yep.
I saw that. That guy's face was swollen as fuck.
Dude, we had some bad ones this week too. Like we had some pretty good knockouts.
It's yeah.
Let's talk first though. Let's talk about how much flame it's getting, dude. The slap fight championship is getting flamed.
So
flamed.
Everyone
hard.
is calling it like super like they're saying it shouldn't be allowed and it's barbaric
See,
and all
and
these
I
things.
don't get that.
Now, I want to take a minute and pause and be like, Didn't we hear this same shit 20 years ago when we were transitioning from boxing to MMA? They called them barbarians.
My thing is like, okay, you want to talk about barbaric and scary, and that dude's taking a bad shot. That slap to the face. What hurts worse, a slap to the face or Jorge Masvidal's knee coming to your fucking forehead?
Yeah.
At however miles per
20
hour,
miles an hour
and
or
knocking
some
you
shit.
out cold, and then you get hit 3 more times on the ground. How are you going to compare that to a slap? Like, come on, get out of my face with
when
that.
you sign up for these things,
you're signing up for it.
Exactly. Like, I'm not condoning them getting hurt. No one's saying we don't applaud people getting hurt.
And also, I want to throw out there before you continue, it's a dumb sport. This is stupid.
Yeah.
But it's entertaining. So, I don't know. You give or choose. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it. But I'm going to watch it because it's like watching a fight on the street, man. Like, I'm going to be like, whoa.
Did you hear
what's going on? Like, whoa.
I don't know who was talking about it.
Crazy.
Someone on Twitter allegedly leaked some of the fighter pay or the slap fighter pay.
Oh, dude, I heard. Yeah, that's atrocious. That's atrocious.
They were getting 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
So for those who don't know,
$2,000 to show up
and 2 to win.
$2,000 to win. That's bullshit.
Damn.
Dude, you can make that in like a month for a decent job.
I'm getting slapped and tapping out. I'm out.
Really? You just make the 2K to get slapped?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, Winston's on the other side. See, I think it's too low. I think they need to get paid a little more.
I think they need
2,000 isn't to get rocked like that.
I'm good.
They're getting rocked, dude. We got to show you them. I feel like if we show you some more videos,
more than $2,000 in dental bills, bro.
I don't know. You've seen one though.
I saw like one guy get slapped.
You would take that for
with
2K?
one slap.
You take that for 2K?
He needs to be in my weight class.
They do weight
You ain't
classes.
making any of those weight classes, man.
He needs to be in my weight class.
So they have
bro.
welterweight.
Welterweight to heavyweight.
Welterweight.
There's 4 of them.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Welterweight's 170, middle's 185, 205 is light heavy, and then heavy is like up to 265.
Got you.
So the first 2 episodes have only been. It's like the show's called like.
What's it called again? Power slap, right?
It's like Power Slap Road to the Finals or something like that. But what they're doing is they're just showing exhibition bouts that they kind of set up so that they could gauge talent, and then they were picking. On this second episode, they were actually picking the talent. So this basically is the exact format of the Ultimate Fighter House.
Did you notice that they, after that first women's slap fight, they didn't do another one?
Well, they said
notice that?
She said that they brought her in as a coach, and I think the reason that was is because it was really hard for them to attract talent for this enough, and it's such a nuanced thing that like I don't know. That being considered, they got to pick their fighters or their slap fighters.
So there's a Team Wolverine and a Team Destroyer. One team is Wolverine, slap fighter, and the other team is Darius Destroyer, slap fighter. Both of the best slap fighters.
So the history of these two is Destroyer is entirely undefeated, and then what was the other guy's name?
I just know him as Wolverine.
Okay, Wolverine.
Yeah.
So Wolverine.
Ryan Phillips.
So Wolverine is entirely.
Oh wait, no. That's just Wolverine.
Wolverine is undefeated in slapboxing except against Destroyer. He's 0-2 against Destroyer. And then their last bout, they called a decision after 27 rounds. These homies slapped each other 27 fucking times.
Jesus, dude, I'm out.
And then we're still looking at
out. See, maybe at that. Maybe we could talk shit about that.
They have like a 3-round thing now.
Yeah, this is a 3-round thing, and
I bet you championship bouts is until someone falls or verbally quits.
Can we not?
Definitely getting concussed.
Oh yeah,
the concussions are insane.
So that's another thing we could talk about. We actually had in this week we had people getting knocked out, but then the guys would foul. So that you can't step when you slap. You can't step into
pivot,
it.
No
pivoting, no
feet
stepping.
Stay planted.
Feet stay planted. And that takes some power out the slap, which is good. They're taking precautions to do stuff like that. But there's so many fouls in this last episode, and the guys would get knocked out while he wins the guy who got knocked out won by disqualification. Dana still signed the other guy to the house. Because the reason why, even though the guy won and got disqualified, he got knocked out and is not medically able to make it.
Oh, fuck.
So, this is all Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Yeah.
So they decided, he can't make it. And then Dana's like, well, I need the talent, so I'm going to just pick the other guy. So we had that like 3 times this last week.
It's going to be the last man standing.
Yeah. And so there's like we were talking about the weight classes. Let's talk about the teams and the weight classes. So they went through all of this talent and then picked their teams. So we have Team Wolverine. We'll go over all these guys first. It was kind of old school football. Pick your team. So we have Team Wolverine. His 2 heavyweights. We have Ryan Phillips, AJ Hintz. Those are his 2 heavyweights. We have 2 light heavyweights, Vern Cathy and Nikolai Solkoki.
Beasts.
Middleweight, We have John Davis and Wesley Drain. Welterweights, we got more. And some of these are alternatives as well. We have Chris Thomas, Michael Smith, Slap Jesus. Shout out Slap Jesus. We have Jesus Gaspar, Azel Rodriguez, and Andre Provost. And that is, and Drew Provost, excuse me. That is Team Wolverine. Then we have Team Destroyer heavyweights, Mitchell Sipe and Dwayne Crespo. We have light heavyweights, Russell Rivero and Devin Schwann. That's a guy I'm keeping my eye on. Tatted, full tats. And that's another thing. All these guys are going to be in one house. It's kind of like reality show-ish. Like, kind of like The Ultimate Fighter. If I don't know any of you viewers are watching, know what that is. But, yeah. Then we have the middleweights, John Kennedy, Emmanuel Muniz. And then we have welterweights, more of them, Jesse Nutting, Waylon Frost, Jules Scott, Caresse Archer, and Robert Trujillo. And Robert Trujillo is actually from Pueblo. We have one Puebloan in the house.
Is that the one that said Arvada? Or not Arvada, it said
No,
Trinidad?
that guy got knocked out. And he's not in.
It didn't even say, did it say Pueblo on his thing?
I don't remember seeing
I've been looking
Robert
out.
Trujillo. I think Robert Trujillo was in the first episode. I just don't remember seeing him. I think he was one of the fast ones, like how they went through those fast ones that
Shout
first
out.
week. So shout out to Robert Trujillo from Pueblo, our hometown, repping in Power Slap. I mean,
that 719.
it's not the best thing to rep, but
That's
whatever.
fire.
I mean, it's cool.
I mean, hey,
It's cool.
We slap around here.
We slap him, man.
there's a little domestic violence down here. It
Little
is what it
slappers.
is.
Yeah.
People got strong backhands. It is.
You know, whippersnappers? Nah, we're whipperslappers, you know? Like, all right, so they actually, let me look up these fights for next week. Sorry. We got Deryk taking a shower. You hear that little shower going? He's cleaning his little whistle. It's not giving me a schedule. They went over the fights, though. There was fight, and let's talk about the viewership. So we had AEW last week, their first week, sitting at about 985,000 people watching AEW. Nice. Right after AEW's Power Slap only had 275,000 viewers for their first one. Terrible numbers.
At the start or at the end?
At the start.
Okay.
Terrible numbers. That's bad. That's like the 47th ranked show on the channel. Like, terrible. This week, they actually did a little bit better. They had 403,000. I don't know where they really ranked, but they actually went up a little bit. So will we see the viewerships continue to go up, or will we see this viewership just tank and not see another Power Slap season?
It's all dependent on, like, if they keep showing us people going to sleep, I'm going to keep watching. If we get, like, a stalemate episode, I'm still going to watch. And, of course, it's a two-way marketing street. When you have the social show aspect where they're, like, locked in the house, they don't get to really go and do whatever they want. They just train because they're trying to groom the talent. But if they, heaven forbid, they have a bunch of lull bouts, you know what I'm saying, and no one gets knocked out, they're going to really lean into, like, drama in the house. Because that's why they fill this house with, like, endless liquor. The only liquor on the whole show that's branded is Howlerhead. That shit.
And we can't forget, this is, even though they did better than last week, they still lost over half of the viewership from AEW.
Well, I think
AEW was at 1 point something mil.
I think
at the time of second week, so like they're losing half the viewership from that. Honestly, like, it's pro wrestling compared to slapping each other unconscious. I don't think you want to show your kids.
That's what I was about to say.
There's a lot of parents that are watching with the kids.
Wrestling is very atypically, like, kid friendly. There's a lot of adult innuendos, but, like, they go.
A lot of adults go.
They go over the kids' heads. So for, like, when I think about being a kid, like, we would watch, like, Monday Night Raw at my house, and we'd just be chilling. And I don't ever remember us staying put to watch whatever was after. We would go do our own thing. So at that point, it's like, if you're watching the wrestling with your kids, you might not want to show them people getting slapped unconscious, because that might be a little traumatizing to someone who's unfamiliar with people going unconscious involuntarily. So
big facts.
All things considered, I think there's not as much crossover fanship as they anticipated by putting it in that time slot.
Yeah.
That being said, I see like some people who are MMA savvy who really don't care for it, but for the most part, I haven't heard
There's a lot of MMA fans that hate it. A lot.
I think in a weird, convoluted way, they look at it in a threatening manner, as if it's competing with like the market share of combat sports that they thought that they had strived to earn, per se. But I don't think that competes with them at all. So I get it, and I don't.
This is the most produced form of this sport too. Like, it's not getting better than this production wise. Like, this is the top, the best, the pinnacle of slap fighting. But I don't know. We're just gonna have to see in the later weeks where this is at. Let's just root for Robert Shahil, huh? From Pueblo. Let's go.
That'd be sick.
Who do you like though? Who do you like out of that? Who do you remember?
So
I wanted to ask
that one heavyweight. I think his last name's like Sipe or something like that.
Crespo.
The dude who lost to Kamaru Usman's brother in the Ultimate Fighter finale.
Let me see.
He's the heavyweight.
Drain. Wesley Drain, right?
No, that doesn't sound right.
Is he a heavyweight?
Yeah.
Dwayne Crespo, Mitchell Sipe. I think
That's that guy.
Mitch.
It's that
Mitch.
guy.
Yeah, you like Mitch.
So when he came out and he just like, you could see the like chalk flying off of his hand before he even hit homie. That shit was crazy.
It was terrifying, man.
And then that one dude who's just like, I don't remember his name, and his name's probably not going to sound familiar because they all kind of blurred after that. But he was like, yeah, I'm a trucker. And comes out there and just boom. And then Vern Cathy.
Knocked out.
That dude Vern, as soon as he walked out, I was like, oh, he's going to one slap everybody he touches. Like, he's one of those dudes who just kind of like looks like if you try to fuck with his car, he's just going to bop.
I like Robert Chihiro, obviously. Devin Schwann, Ryan Phillips. Who else is on there? John Davis is good. I like Slap Jesus too. Shout out Michael Smith.
That is
Slap
a cool
Jesus.
name.
Yeah, man. And he gets in some heaters. Heaters.
His jaw isn't questionable from the standpoint of saying like you have a questionable jaw in and of itself.
Yeah.
Because you're in a to be slapped defenseless competition. That being said, he gets wobbled and he comes back. So
crazy. All that being said, I will forever be an MMA fan over this. What?
How many weeks until we get like someone doing some Tua shit where they're throwing gang signs?
Oh,
that's
the
happened
very first
week.
The very
yeah.
first week on this dude.
This
got
week
knocked.
too. It happened this week too.
Oh,
yeah.
When this dude got knocked, he fell back and he instantly did this, which is like straight concussion. Like that's like your pre-op
wristband.
Your pre-ops balance shit in your brain is just
Not good.
not where it should
Not
be.
good.
So
Damn.
is
Yeah,
this?
it's bad. It's bad. It's pretty bad. But I mean, again, I want to bring it up again. Like, are we? What? It depends on you. This is all subjective, obviously. But to me, a flying knee coming at I don't know how
Or
many
a
miles.
head kick.
How many miles an hour? Yeah, a fucking spinning back, fucking heel kick, dude. Getting kicked with a heel on your temple.
Like, tell me what Tony
Like,
Ferguson.
You tell me what's worse.
Tell me what Tony Ferguson went through against
Yeah.
Michael Chandler, and tell me
Kicked in the chin. And
he got
like,
kicked, and then
what is
full
worse?
momentum just bounced onto his head.
What is?
Yeah.
You tell me what's worse. You know what I mean?
And I'm not trying to say that from a position of like, shame towards anybody. Like I said, if you sign up for it and it's within the rule sets that are being maintained that you signed up for, I'm cool with it.
I've seen somebody getting choked out in the UFC, biting on their tongue, bro, because their tongue got caught.
Yeah.
Biting on their tongue and then unconscious, and chicks all like, dude. I mean, what are we talking? It's very subjective.
Combat is combat.
So I mean, combat is combat. You take it as you want. If you don't like slap fighting, I don't blame you, because it's a very stupid sport.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna talk about it on here, just because. I mean, this is a very different thing. Like I said a little bit ago, this is the highest point of the sport we probably will ever get. Ever. So let's talk about it. But yeah, all right, moving on. Let's talk about maybe some NFL. Maybe is there any basketball news? Let's talk about the rankings in the basketball or standings. Excuse me.
All right.
Talk about standings again. I like to talk about the standings every week. So now we're getting on to NBA.
Shout out Josh. He told me that we might trade Bones Highland. Is a Nuggets NBA player. He's a backup point guard.
He's a really good go-getter.
He's really good. He's streaky, but he's really good. He's second year in the league. So it looks like they might trade him for a backup center. Our backup center for the Nuggets is currently DeAndre Jordan. He's old and
Older.
he's one-dimensional.
One-dimensional guy.
He's rebounding, blocks, and will dunk the ball and nothing. He can't shoot the ball to save his life. So it looks like we might trade Bones Highland to get a backup center. So that's news for the Nuggets.
Who do you think would be an eligible candidate based on, like, it's hard to say because you don't know what teams are considerable. Like, you got to think what teams either want a backup point guard or guard in and of itself versus teams that have centers to let go of.
So Josh was saying Naz Reid from the Timberwolves. So you would send Bones to the Timberwolves, and then we would get Naz Reid. And Josh says that he's good. I haven't looked up his stats personally. But from what I can remember, he can shoot threes and space the floor.
Okay.
So I think
Nice.
he'd be good. And the Timberwolves GM is the Nuggets' former GM, so I think he drafted Bones. I could be mistaken, but I think he
Nice.
drafted Bones, so he'll probably want one of the guys that he drafted type deal. Mm-hmm. So we'll see.
We'll see what happens. All right, let's talk about these Eastern Conference standings. First down to last, we got Boston Celtics sitting at 35-15, killing it. 20-11 for their conference.
No surprise.
6-1 for their division. Home 18-6. Okay, road 17-9, killing it, just like they always have been. Right after that, we got the 76ers. The 76ers up there, 31-16.
Good for them.
Doing the damn thing. Good for them, right? Climbing up, passing the Bucks. The Bucks were second last week. Now we have the Bucks sitting in third, 31-17 on the standings, 18-13 for the conference, 6-4 for the divisional. I mean, if you just look at this Celtics 6-1 to their 6-4, I mean, Celtics are doing it for the divisional. Brockton, Brooklyn Nets, fourth place, 29-19. Cleveland Cavaliers, 30-20, and the Miami Heat sitting at 6. 27-22. Those are the guys making it in. Then we have Knicks knocking on the door, Atlanta knocking on the door, Pacers, and in 10th place we got the Wizards.
Those are all playing teams.
Those are playing teams, and the rest, I don't know, man. We got Bulls down to the Pistons, Toronto, Orlando Magic, and the Hornets. I mean, 13-37 for these Pistons, 14-36 for the Hornets. Not doing too hot. Let's move on to this Western Conference. Denver Nuggets. Let's go, dude.
Yo.
34-15. Big chilling with 25-10 for the conference, 19-4 for the divisional. Home 22-4. Let's play at home, baby.
Killing
Get
it.
us at home, dude.
Get us
Come
that-
on,
get us
dude.
that number one
And you
seed.
know those 4 losses were close losses. You know what I mean? We almost had it. It's all good.
We just lost like an 11-game win streak this week, I think.
Yep. We're at a 1-game loss.
Yeah.
We're at a 1-game loss for the streaks. But hey, let's talk about our road games. 12-11.
Yeah.
Got to pick it up on the road, guys. Got to pick it up on the road. 2-0 in overtime, though. Take us to overtime, boys. Right after that, Memphis Grizzlies, 31-17. We got them 15-14 for the conference. See, look at the difference there. 25-10 for the Nuggets, and then 15-14. Crazy. Then they got 6-2 for the divisional, better than us. Or we have more games. Then they're home 20-3, pretty great. Right after that, we have the Kings, third place. Okay, Kings, Sacramento Kings doing the thing, 27-20. Right after that, we have the New Orleans Pelicans, 26-23. The Clippers, 27-24. Sixth place, the Mavs, picking it up, 26-24. They were kind of even Stevens there for a minute, getting that nice win for their last game. Clippers on a 4-game win streak. Look at the Pelicans, 6-game loss streak.
Yeah, they're struggling without Zion.
Yeah.
Zion's been out and they're struggling.
Okay, that's the news. When is he back?
I'm not sure. I think like a couple weeks.
I mean,
No Zion.
I'm gonna take a hard stance. I've been saying this for a couple years, but I haven't had the platform to like vent it. Zion is a medical bust. He's a beast when he's on the court.
But when he's hurt,
If he can string together a 70 or like I don't know, like a 65 game year, I will take it back. But
Take
until
it
otherwise, I think his body and his explosivity and his game type is just not allowing him to play like his ball.
Yeah. I mean, he's very physical, and
Oh
so he's
my.
getting bumped around a lot as well.
damn,
So
look
not-
at this. Hold on, look at this guy. Shee, is that a denim shirt, my man? Damn, this guy is. Save some for the rest of us, dude. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just.
Do you think he's really real physical? So he gets bumped
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, a lot of points in the paint, so those are big guys down there. So
Hard to dealing with them big guys, dude. All right, 7th to 10th, we got Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors, 24-24. You got anything to say?
We just beat Memphis like last night or the night before. It was a
Just
great
beat
game.
Memphis, 14-9 for the conference. You guys are 4-4 for the divisional,
So-
and then 18-6 at home.
I want to talk about that game real quick. So one thing that was like worth noting, we were down like 10 points with like 6 minutes left in the game, and then we went on a little run to like tie it up. And at some random point, Jordan Poole, like for no reason, with time still left on the clock, takes like a 34-footer. Like, why are you taking that,
Oh
dog?
my
Like,
God.
pass the ball.
Someone talk to this
dribble
man.
up, do something. Just don't do that. That's some 2K shit. Like, regardless, if you make it, we're gonna applaud it. But like, we're still gonna be like,
You're not gonna make it,
why'd
dude.
you do
Yeah,
that? So
you're
he
not gonna
misses.
make it, dude.
He misses that shot, and as he misses that shot, Steph runs back down the court. And out of frustration for the immature shot selection, and because Steph was just like you could have passed Steph the ball. I'm not saying Steph was going to shoot it, but Steph's way more qualified to shoot it than you would have been. No offense, Jordan Poole as a great shooter. But so Steph, out of frustration, Steph takes his mouthpiece and chucks it. Not at anybody. He just chucks it. And for the second time in his NBA career, he gets ejected from a game.
Ejected. Bye.
I saw that shit.
Oh, man.
Don't throw the
mouthpiece, man. Don't throw the mouthpiece.
When that happened, we were kind of like, oh, fuck. Like, it was like, we were, like, I think down 2 or, like, up 1 type shit. Like, it was really close. So, it didn't, I thought that, like, that was bad for the overall ending of the game. But our defense, like, got some, like, clamps. You know what I'm saying? We kind of did what we needed to do into the game on top. Won by, like, 1 point. Draymond had to shoot some free throws.
You guys are in 8th place.
Jordan Poole hit a last-second little like thing. So like obviously, I want us to make a seeding so we don't have to touch that play-in tournament. But as long as we're at least the 10th seed, we're gonna be in the tournament. So
yeah.
I'm really confident that like if we're healthy, no one's gonna want to see us.
You guys need to pick it up on the road, man. You guys are 6-18 on the road.
We're
man.
bad.
That is
It's our bench.
Terrible.
Our bench is bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Terrible on
Steph's
the road.
back now, so which is good.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you guys picked up a nice win. You got to keep that momentum rolling. All right, so you're sitting at 8th. Right after that, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves, Utah Jazz, 10th. Oh, got an ad popping up. Screw you, NBA.
Da-na-na.
Those are the guys playing in, man. We got Suns, Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Utah Jazz. Bottom of the pack, we got Oklahoma City Thunder, Portland Trailblazers, the Lakers, 23-26. The Spurs 14-35.
yeah,
And the Rockets at 11-38.
Popovich wants Wembanyama.
11-38.
we'll see if he can get him in the Rockets or.
And Wembanyama has had some highlights I saw on Twitter recently of him getting clamped and like playing ass defense against like that one. I can't remember his name. He's got a really unique name. He's the number 2 guy coming out of high school or whatever.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name.
I know who
either.
you're talking
He's
about.
got like
too.
puffy hair. He was like a guard.
The gigantic
He's like
guy?
he's like a 6'2"
Okay.
guard.
Yeah.
Okay. And he was just like literally like dribble move right past him. Like
Yeah, I mean the West is pretty close, man. I mean, like you have the Jazz could make a push. You said the Lakers, the Trailblazers with Damian Lillard can make a push.
Didn't the Lakers just get Hachimura?
They got Hachimura.
Hachimachi.
Yeah. So they just traded for him. We'll see how that ends up.
Oh.
Anthony Davis is back.
We have to talk about he's back for now. His next low top shoe appearance, he's gone.
Yeah, right.
We got to talk about that whole incident between Shannon Sharp and like
Skip?
no, it wasn't Skip. It was
Oh, when
Shannon
he
Sharp
on the
and like
court, when he
Steven
was-
Adams.
well, it wasn't originally. It was Dylan Brooks was kind of John, and then it just kind of escalated from there. But there was a moment with a clip where, or just like a picture, and it showed
Sharp wanted the smoke.
It showed Shannon Sharp with like 3 or 4 people standing behind him, and then just Steven Adams going like this. Like, and I'm not saying Steven Adams didn't want the smoke. That's one dude who I think could give him.
He
a run
wanted
for
the
it.
smoke.
Dude.
Adams wanted the smoke.
Adams is a rugby player. He ain't no
wanted the
bitch.
smoke.
Steven Adams is fucking up Shannon Sharp.
Yeah,
dude.
he would
Steven
fuck him
Adams
up.
might be pound for pound top 3 in the league. Like for like hands, like not saying he knows how to throw them,
For,
but
like,
like
hands.
not saying that he knows how to throw them, but he's a durable like SOB.
top 3 body slammer for sure.
Oh yeah, top 3 getting kicked by Draymond for sure.
Yeah, in the dick.
No, but that being said, that like so there was a lot of things escalating. Like there was a moment where LeBron kind of got a little out of character for the first time. Someone was talking shit, and LeBron, like straight up on the court, clear as day, he was just like, he ain't balling, he's talking shit. He ain't balling, he's talking shit. And like I felt like it was kind of a snowball rolling downhill effect. Like the energy in that arena just never quite came back to like ground. You know what I'm saying? And it went from there. So it's pretty interesting. It's one of the first times I've ever seen a former NFL player almost catch a body on live television.
Body!
Not in the form of Steve Adams, in the form of Dylan Brooks. He would have, if that would have happened. But Sharp's apologized. I don't think he has any. I don't blame him for doing what he was doing. You know,
He's just talking shit. Just
Yeah.
like Dylan Brooks was talking shit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This is
I
all
mean-
sports. And then there was that everyone thought that T Morant wanted the smoke for some reason, and I was like, I don't think he ever wanted the smoke because like they dapped up immediately as soon as the scuffle ended.
Well, they wanted the smoke a little bit, but then they're friends, so they
Yeah,
dapped.
that's a bad idea for T. Morant.
It's a bad idea for any grown man to want to fuck with Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp, dude.
Yeah, bad idea.
I just thought that was really like it played out interesting.
It's a good little segue into NFL.
Not bad.
But it was good. That's a great segue for NFL. But before we get into NFL, I did want to announce February 14th, I am dropping another single. It's going to be Without Me featuring Mixed by Blitz. So check that out. It's going to be a love song for the ladies and for my lady specifically. So love you, Holly. Shout out. Dropping another song on the 14th and then dropping another song in March as well. So be on the lookout for that. Going to be dropping another music video as well. Hit the link below. Hit my link tree. Check out all my music, guys. Some of you might not know I make music. Make some really good music. Hit the studio today. Check that out. All right, man. Let's get on to the divisional round, huh?
Hit that soundbite.
The divvy. What soundbite?
Don't you have a football soundbite?
No, I wish.
Oh, well, if we're going to dive into the football.
Oh, you know what I can do, though? I could do this. Watch. Ready? Where's the whistle?
Oh, okay. Nice. Well, I want to take a moment and just say I fucking told you so last week.
You did, but you also told us that Mahomes was going to get over 315 yards, and he did not do that.
I mean, I didn't predict a fucking high ankle sprain.
No, that was our parlay leg.
But I parlayed every winning team on the playoffs.
And we hit that.
I was 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Like,
damn.
We called it, dude.
We called it.
And we told you guys, if you're watching this, to hit that parlay. You're going to make money.
You disagreed on the Bills versus the Bengals, and I called that shit. I didn't think it was going to be that one-sided. I just thought that since he was rolling and the Bills have been questionable.
Now, let's talk about it. All right, so we had the NFL divisional round. We had Chiefs, Jags. Good game, but 27-20. Let's go, Chiefs. Okay. How do you feel, Dave? How do you feel? Division winners again.
So first of all, we're the first team in NFL history to host the AFC Championship 5 years in a row. And like Nick Wright.
This fucking guy.
Like Nick Wright. That is now henceforth the Arrowhead Invitational. So until you take that shit off me,
this guy, yeah, dude.
Until you take that, until you take that shit off of us, bro.
Thanks, dude.
That hosting 5 AFC Championship games. Granted, that's like a random thing to happen. It would be cooler to have more Super Bowls, of course. So we're going for Super Bowls, but you can't tell me that shit's not dope. You can't tell me Mahomes not averaging the AFC Championship game isn't really something to applaud.
Hell yeah, dude.
So all things considered, I'm ecstatic we won. Mahomes showed one thing that he's never had to show before. Not that I take that back. He heavily displayed grit. Remember when Mac Jones had the high ankle sprain? He had to be carried off the field in tears. Facts. Mahomes was throwing his fucking helmet because they wouldn't let him come back in for the first half. That's the type of warrior that Mahomes is. Is that for his own good? That's not good because they had to make sure that their $500 million man is okay.
That looked pretty scary too.
It was scary. High ankle sprain.
Dude, how scared were you when that happened?
Shitted. Just shit. At first, I was.
Dave just seen flashbacks. Just he started spinning and shit.
It sucked. It really it sucked. But then as soon as Chad Henne goes in, gets a 98 fucking yard drive. Yeah. Are you kidding? It just goes to show that on any given Sunday, anything is possible.
I hate you so much. We're moving on.
No, we're not. No, we're fucking not. Chad Henne has the longest drive in Chiefs postseason history at 98 yards.
Damn, that's fire.
The record used to be 97.
What a guy. What a guy, huh? Give this man his bread.
You can't tell me that there's when your job is to be the backup and you do what he did, shy of being a backup who should be a starter, which we've seen that play out like Nick Foles at times, that being considered, you can't ask for more from your fucking backup. He didn't turn the ball over, and he fucking scored. Yeah, okay. And if we didn't make that score, we mathematically aren't guaranteed to win that game. You know what I'm saying? And then, fast forward, our fucking defense, bro, just getting picks on Trevor Lawrence. What is this?
Ooh.
That last pick that was, I believe...
Trevor Lawrence has been throwing some interceptions.
Dude, he threw 4 picks against the Chargers in the first half.
Get him, Winston! Get him!
No, not him. Trevor Lawrence. I'm going after Trevor Lawrence.
He's just saying, he's trying to hype up this defense on Trevor Lawrence that's throwing 4 interceptions to the Chargers.
Juan Thornhill with the fucking one-handed pick.
That was sick.
That was sick. And you know what's even crazier? You know what's even crazier? He broke that hand a couple games ago, and he's just been playing through it. Yeah.
He's not even wrapping it up.
It's one of those injuries that he's not risking further damage. It's probably like a hairline or some shit. I'm not a doctor.
All right. Now, since he's been gassing him up the whole time, now you tell him why they're going to lose this next game.
Well, let's talk about the whole week and then.
I just wanted to get Dave real quick. I wanted to bring Dave back to the ground because he is high on this divisional. He thinks they're going to take out the Bengals. Do you think you're taking out the Bengals this year?
I definitely think we can.
Oof. Okay, we'll leave it at that for right now. All right, so let's get on to this Eagles-Giants game. Shitter of a game, 38-7. We seen it coming.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be way better of a game.
Got dunked on.
I thought if Saquon could set up the run.
Hurts back, you're losing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I thought Saquon was going to help him put up a fight, but it was a team. It was a team effort.
I mean, when you're a team like the Giants and you can't throw the ball and you get down early like that, it's game over.
it's over, dude. 38-7. Come on. Come on. What do we got for the first half? First half 28-0.
Yep.
Dude, you ain't winning.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
That game was hard to watch.
You're in the playoffs and you're down 28-0. You ain't winning that game.
They went for it early on 4th down, like in their own territory.
Yikes.
And it was game over after that.
Yikes.
You said 28-0, you ain't winning the game, but
I mean,
but
when
hold
you're
on.
the Giants against the Eagles.
But when you're down 27-0 and you're Trevor Lawrence.
I
Trevor
mean,
Lawrence did really well in the second half.
Shout out Trev.
But the first half, not good. Yeah.
Sorry.
Terrible.
And that was more on the Chargers than the Jags, in my opinion.
Chargers going Charger, but we don't need to talk about eliminated teams.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this Bengals-Bills game. What? 27-10?
I fucking called it. You know why?
Wow.
Because
I
the
didn't
Bengals.
expect
You
it.
don't know why? Because the Bengals can run the football.
Joe Mixon, man.
It was snowing.
Joe Mixie, dude.
I think-
And in Buffalo,
And-
snowing, Bengals running it out.
And
What's good?
cool Joe Burrow just throws darts like he doesn't crack under
Joey
pressure, man.
Burr, dude.
He's like the second coming of Brady with that, like, the moments never really getting to him. You know what I'm saying?
After an injury. After a big injury. Like, shout out Joe B, dude. I
Joey
mean,
B, that was my fantasy
doing
football
the damn
quarterback.
thing.
That was-
Same. Hey,
That was
come
my
on.
guy.
Super Bowl champ, 2 Super Bowl champs right here. I don't want to like be like that, but like, there's 2 Super Bowl champs in the frame right now.
There's 4 rings in frame.
Literally 4 rings in frame. Fantasy football. What you do? Hey, me and this guy are.
I'm just.
Why
I'm
do you
being
think we have a sports
I'm being
podcast?
facetious.
All right, moving on. 27-10 though. Pff, I'm sorry, Bills.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Should we say sorry to
Hold
the
on,
Bills?
before we pass,
Yeah,
pass on the
I feel
Bills.
like-
There was a lot of drama at the end. Did you guys hear that Diggs left the locker room early, and then Isaiah McKenzie had to go get him and bring him back for because the team hadn't had their moment, and then he left again, and then he's just been
Why is
kind of
Diggs acting
he's
like
been
that?
clapping on Twitter. He's just he said tired of
doesn't get
he
enough
says he's
targets.
tired of losing every year.
Yeah, he's tired of getting not enough targets too.
I mean, to be fair, he's their window to win just kind of closed. I'm not saying that the Bills can't win next year because they totally can, but the cap, you know what the cap hit combined from Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs was this year? It was about sub 20 million. You know what their cap hit is next year for those two guys?
What?
$60 million. For those two guys.
Yeah.
So once the cap takes Gabe Davis, have they re-signed him? Is he on any type of deal?
Should they re-sign him? I mean,
Does he want to resign?
Yeah.
There's a lot of detail. They brought Cole Beasley back off of practice, out of retirement, basically. He went to some other team's practice squad, and then they brought him back because
"Hey, Cole."
they knew that he knew the playbook to some extent, and they needed a competent receiver. The other receivers, Isaiah McKenzie, who was a running back years prior, so you kind of are. They're kind of limited. They have a lot of firepower. They have a lot of their risk reward is so tangible. You know what I'm saying? I think they have the highest ceiling in the whole NFL as far as potential on both sides of the ball. But they also have a floor lower than the likes of Kansas City, Cincinnati, probably Philly. We're games that we never really got to see. You know what I'm saying?
I think they're just more of a finesse team, and in the snow, being down, and then
You have to run the ball,
exactly.
and they have no one to run the ball.
Yeah, I mean they
got
do have guys.
James
but,
Cook, fucking a rookie.
Yeah, well, and then they have the
Well, technically-
Devin Singletary. He's decent.
Technically, you're not a rookie after you just played a whole season of football, but we all agree that basically
Yeah.
a rookie. So
I think they're just too finesse, and they're a regular season team. The Bills.
they're
until,
a vertical threat team.
until proven.
They were looking
different.
good this season.
They were, but their defense isn't everyone's
It's
oh, their
number
defense
two.
is
It
great.
Number two
imploded,
in points.
from what it was. They had a decent
Number
defense.
two
was
is
there for a little
good,
bit,
but-
but
Number 2 in points allowed all season.
it wasn't no San Francisco
That
defense.
doesn't make you a good defense. That you
I
could
see
have you could have been in any other week. You could have had an average 11 points against shit teams, and then average fucking 40 against
I mean,
decent
we
teams.
obviously seen who had the better defense here, huh?
Yeah,
In this game right
Bengals.
here, the Bengals.
And you know why
27-10.
You know why that Bengals defense is so potent? Is because they change up their formations consistently in game. They don't allow you to adjust to what they're doing. They adjust before you figure it out. That's how they're
Beasts.
That's how they're effective against the Chiefs, because like when they were playing the Chiefs, they were doing like they were dropping back like 7 or 8 and rushing like 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? Like so that like there wasn't a lot of pressure, because you know like historically when you blitz Mahomes, he typically kind of thrives. So it just depends. I don't know. They displayed at different times different run. Like they were anticipating certain runs. They were anticipating certain like route trees. They didn't let Josh Allen get going at all.
At all.
Yeah.
Like, and in the snow, that works both ways. That makes it more hard for all players involved.
His stats were horrible.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, 264 yards, 1 interception. Not the best.
But no touchdowns.
Yeah, no touchdowns.
And then the interception was pretty bad, from what I remember.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, definitely.
I mean, the Bengals, good on the Bengals, dude. Their offensive line, I think they only had one starter for the offensive line.
Let's talk about this rushing.
Burrow didn't get sacked once.
Let's talk about this rushing, dude.
They did well.
26 yards for Josh Allen, 25 yards for Singletary, 13 for Cook. That's it. One
And
touchdown.
They
for
ran
Allen,
the ball
but-
maybe like sub a dozen times. You know, when you're
bad
playing
game.
when you're playing 60 plays a game, 60 offensive snaps, and you're running the ball less than like 20%,
And you're at lower double
in the
digit
snow.
yards.
In the snow, that is not the like you can just read that optically and say you're not winning that football game.
Yeah.
Like if you can't run the ball in the snow, you almost can't win.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Let's move on, though. 49ers, Cowboys. I kind of called it.
We all
49ers.
kinda
we
saw
all
it.
kind of saw that the Cowboys would not take out the 49ers because the 49ers defense is stupid.
Cowboys are wishy-washy, bro.
They're wishy-washy.
Yeah.
They're wishy-washy.
Week prior, they had what looked like a formula to win the NFC, and the very next week, they lose to a fucking Mr. Irrelevant.
No points in the first quarter, you know. I mean, on the flip, San Francisco didn't get any points in the third, but...
Now, I saw a stat that really shocked me. When Dallas let go of Tony Romo, he had the current standing record that Dak Prescott has in the playoffs. Wins and losses. So Dak has now... They got... Not to say that they would have kept Tony Romo and he'd still be a player and or competent, but like they replaced him with the rookie from Mississippi State, and that was Dak Prescott.
And now they have a similar results.
And now they have the exact. They're sitting exactly where they were.
So what does that tell you? Is that obviously not on them, right?
There's
Who
a
is
lot.
it on?
There's a lot more to it. I mean, there's some confirmation bias that's definitely taken place, as well as like Dak has his moments. Like when Jack's like J.R. Smith in a sense, where it's like he'll go into a game and throw 40 on your head, and then he'll go into the very next game against like the 1-11-1 Texans and win by like a last second run. Like he has no in between. He can't put the team on his back. He just rides the momentum better than some of the most.
He's throwing too many picks. I
Yeah.
mean, like he
Big
has a
city.
great defense, and they still can't win. Tony Romo, their defense was terrible when Tony Romo was playing.
They just had an O-line.
They had O-line, and then they could run the ball. They could
Iron
throw
Curtain.
it. Like
And Tony Pollard, let's not forget Tony Pollard broke his fibula in game.
Yeah, he
On the
did.
same looking type wrap up, like similar to Mahomes. So like that, once he went down, and that's another thing that was devastating because he's a free agent.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
fuck, dude.
like
That's the
and
worst.
that means with that type of
That's
break,
the worst.
he probably at best, if the stars align, might be able to make playoff football next year. Depending, I don't know the timetable or the severity, but like a fracture, you know what I'm saying? He might.
Yeah.
The way it looked to be carted off and everything, he had surgery immediately. So
Yikes.
speedy
All
recovery,
right.
bud.
Let's talk about this conference championship.
The two.
We got the 49ers and the Eagles at 1 p.m. Sunday, January 29th. And then, same day, Bengals Chiefs, 4:30 p.m. prime time. Oh, man. Is it going to be a Purdy year? Is Arrowhead going to stab their competition? Or are the Bengals going to eat them up? Or are the Eagles going to fly away with the victory?
So at the beginning of the playoffs, I put money on the Bengals to win the AFC, and I put money on the Eagles to win the NFC.
Winston! Winston!
I mean, the Eagles is like, they were the favorites.
It was a gimme.
But the Bengals, that was...
Nice pickup.
They're like plus like
Nice
400 or
Oh,
700.
we know who Winston's going for.
Yep, because I don't have any money in my FanDuel account, so I really need this. I need this shit.
My man's avoiding a deposit at all costs.
Exactly. I'm balling on the budget.
Let's.
Oh, man, dude. All right, so we got the 49ers, Eagles. 1 p.m., first game. Is it going to be a Purdy year? What are we thinking? I think Eagles. I think Eagles got it. I don't think the defense of the 49ers can keep up with the Eagles' offense. I really don't.
Probably not,
But anything
it's-
can happen, and I can see it happening, too.
It's hard to say because what do they have? Like, do they have to shut down Jalen Hurts and the Eagles? No, they have to make him uncomfortable. Meanwhile, maintain their offense.
See, but do you know how hard it is to make somebody uncomfortable when they're running down the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna be gone if they try anything.
It's so hard to say. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, we're talking about the number one defense in the NFL right now with San Francisco 49ers. They could shut down Hurts' running game very well.
I think if they shut down the running game,
It's
I think
over.
San Francisco wins because
That's what they did for Dallas, it looks like.
if you make them pass the ball, Jalen Hurts can pass the ball. But if you make them pass it, then it's going to be more of a challenge. They want to run the ball.
Yeah.
So if you make them throw it, then they're gonna struggle a little bit. I think San Francisco.
I don't know. They have A.J. Brown, dude.
They
Devontae
do,
Smith.
but Jalen Hurts is throwing the ball. They have good wide receivers, but
Yeah. I think Jalen has the least interceptions in the league right now, too.
yeah, I mean they've been up a lot of the games.
Mm-hmm.
But San Francisco better defense. The offenses, I would say Eagles are a little bit better. But
Are you serious? I think the Eagles are miles better
dude,
offense-wise.
Kyle Shanahan
that's
just
a plug and play.
Yeah,
offense
you're right.
there.
You're right.
It's
you're right,
crazy.
you're right,
For
you're
him-
Top to
right.
bottom.
And they have Debo. They have Debo.
Hold on.
They have,
Not just that.
Purdy's doing good.
They got Debo. They got Christian McCaffrey. They got.
You're right.
Hold
McCaffrey.
on. We're not done. We're not done. Brandon Ayuk is a dog,
He's
and
a
he's
dog.
a return man too. So
He's a
he's
dog.
He shows that he's when you put all your like eggs in one basket, he's the receiver that's open
Their
consistently.
kicker ain't gonna miss a kick.
And then
their kicker's not missing.
After that, you have a top 3 tight end in George Kittle. They have so many. They have more.
That's weapons.
They have better
That's weapons
weapons
right there.
I think they
Oh my
have
God.
peak form. They have better weapons. But that being said, it's so comparable that like that offense is so stacked. That's why a Mr.
stock
Irrelevant can
offense.
step
You're right.
in and win playoff games. That's why
right.
that team
You're right.
with Jimmy G went to the Super Bowl. Like that's why that team
I
with Jimmy
agree.
G beats
Honestly.
Aaron Rodgers with Devontae.
That's a good case right there, man. I can't argue that.
If you can take Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the draft,
The
and
last!
he's in the NFC Championship and he looks good, like really good, then like to me that's the coaching. I mean, maybe
the coaches-
Shanahan's
well,
goated,
Shanahan's
bro.
are goated.
dude, fucking, he's great. I mean, we'll see what Purdy does next year, but I'm kind of rooting for the 49ers, bro. Like,
Really?
low-key,
I want the
dude.
Eagles to win.
I mean, I have money on the Eagles, but like, dude, the 49ers, like,
Cinderella stories are so fun.
bro, Trey Lance looked like shit. They're like,
Looked like
49ers
garbage.
ain't going to be shit. Jimmy G, fucking out for the year. We're like, 49ers ain't going to be shit. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. We're like, 49ers ain't going to be shit.
They're
Fucking-
shit.
They won.
They
They
are
won
shit.
11 games in a row.
Haven't
They took
lost a
out
game
the
yet.
Cowboys. Yeah, they took out the Cowboys.
They won 11 games in a row.
Man, these are the 49ers sitting at 15-4, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles 15-3. Like,
Yep. And you know what's really
Crazy.
unfortunate is the Broncos have the 49ers draft pick. So
we're losers.
Yeah, exactly. They haven't lost a game since we got that shit.
Y'all gonna get like what? Y'all gonna get like the 29th pick at best.
That's what I'm saying.
I hate
dude.
my life.
Dude.
All right, so Super Bowl picks. I want you to give the 2 teams in the Super Bowl. I want you to give the 2 teams in the Super Bowl, and then me. We'll start with Winston.
Well, we haven't talked about the Chiefs Bengals yet.
Oh, we haven't.
haven't,
I'm jumping. Let's talk Bengals Chiefs. That is 4:30 p.m. Sunday.
I think so. Mahomes is playing, correct?
Mahomes
Yeah, it's already
is
been
playing.
confirmed. He was a full participant at every practice.
Yes.
I think Bengals are winning. I think Mahomes relies on his mobility a lot, and I think knowing that he's going to be less mobile, I think the Bengals defensive coordinator is going to try to utilize that, and Andy Reid is going to try and mitigate and not allow or try and prevent him from having to scramble because he's a great offensive mind. But I think the Bengals, Joe
They're gonna do
Burrow, and the defense, I think the Bengals are going to take it.
They've been hot. They've been hot.
They've been hot, and the Bengals have beat the Chiefs like since they've had Joe Burrow.
And I'm gonna argue the hottest team in the conference championships right now.
49ers, I'd say, but
You think they're hotter than the Bengals right now?
11 in a row, yeah.
Ah, yeah, you're right. I forgot about their streak.
Yeah,
Forgot about their
but
streak.
I mean, the Bengals beat the Bills, and so that's a tougher opponent than the Cowboys.
Facts.
So,
We could tell by the game when we watched it too.
yep.
All right, so who you got? Who the
I got Bengals.
Bengals and I'm jumping around. All right, so you got the Bengals. Who you got? Obviously.
So you guys
Easy
know,
pick.
You guys know who I'm going
Easy
for.
pick.
Who I
Easy
think
pick.
has this. Now, the Bengals are such a respectable team. I'm a big fan of them. I see a lot of the Kansas City Chiefs like trials and tribulations and the fanship that Cincinnati's had to go through. Before they had their first round draft pick in Joe Burrow, they hadn't won a playoff game since 1990, before we were born. Think
Damn.
about that. They go and get their guy. Now he's 4-1 in the postseason. They got a Super Bowl appearance, so this is no coincidence. So that's a team, even though they've beat us 3 times in a row, you would think I would have like this huge distaste for them, but I respect them a lot. I don't view it as a shame to lose to them because they're a good team. That being said, I think it's all us. We're at home. We're going to have some schemes. Andy Reid's going to like really flex his genius in this game. I think that's what this is going to come down to. How the defenses play, that is to be determined. Their defense is really good. I do agree with what Winston has said that like Mahomes, they're going to really try to eliminate any mobility from him in the form of necessity. We're not going to scheme him in plays where we want him to scramble. Will he scramble? Probably. He's real stubborn. Like, we're going to have to wait and see what he does. But all things considered, so far, he hasn't had any negative things said whatsoever about his high ankle sprain, no setbacks or anything like that. Against Jacksonville, like, I want to say 2019, week 1, we played them. Mahomes had high ankle sprained his left ankle. This was his right. When he messed up his left ankle, that very next week, he threw for like 340 yards and 4 touchdowns. So he's proven he's very capable. When it comes to high ankle sprains, it's also going to come down to how well did he recover, which I don't expect him to be 100% by any means. And secondly, it's going to come down to like willpower, because if he knows that he's not in a position to risk a tackle, but knows he can get away with a scramble for like 2 or 3 like garbage yards just to keep the drive alive, he's probably going to do it, and he's going to have to just mind over matter. The pain's going to be there, I'm sure, but if he knows that like the pain is just kind of like, it is what it is, like, they're going to give him like a couple of shots of cortisone, and as like Taylor Lewan put it, once you get to that, you feel like 10 years younger. You feel like you can go through walls. So I'm sure Andy Reid, if anything, this may sound lame, but a podcast was talking about this. It's called Locked On Chiefs. They were saying if they make Mahomes a game manager for one game, and like that's what it takes to beat the Bengals, like keeping them off the field, long methodical drives, basically what we did with Alex Smith and Andy Reid, then that would be a beautiful thing. Is that going to be a thing to work? This all boils down to, can we run the ball? And Isaiah Pacheco had like 90-some yards in our last game. So I think now more than ever, we can run the ball.
So with his high ankle sprain, we're probably not going to see a lot of stretch plays.
No.
And then that eliminates the play action pass off of those stretch plays. I'm thinking we're going to see a lot of shotgun.
Absolutely. I was about to say that.
Y'all play Madden, huh?
I'm thinking we'll see a lot of shotgun because of his lack of mobility, and then he'll have more time in the pocket, because if his right ankle sprain is, or his right ankle's hurt, then if he's under center, he can't do that drop back as firmly.
Yep.
It's going to hurt it more. And so that kind of makes you not one dimensional, but it makes you less multi-dimensional.
I think he's going to come out with an aggressive rap on his.
Oh, for sure.
And I think he's going to like, honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if for the first drive, we might not even be able, like, if you didn't get forewarned otherwise that he had a high ankle sprain, that first drive, you might not notice. Not to say that he's going to be mobile in the first drive, more so. It's just Andy Reid has such educated approaches offensively that, like, he might have an entire game plan that we'll score with very early that may or may not be replicated, but I imagine it's going to be like bubble screens. We're going to have a lot of less play action and a lot more just direct snap under center, shit like that.
Yeah.
You're right in the sense that our RPOs, we lived off of RPOs. We would take advantage of that. We see them all the time. Mahomes would give the ball away, like fake throw, shit like that. So we'll see. It all boils down to that. And can our defense stop Joe Burrow? That's a real question mark. Because their defense is great. Their defense is like hitting on all cylinders right now. They're playing the best football they've been playing all year. Now, I did see that 2 of their offensive linemen are out for that game.
Yeah, 4 of them were out against the Bills. So now they only have 2 of them. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, if the defense can do well, Joe Mixon, can they stop the run? If you can stop the run, then that's going to help. But then you have T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, and then that new white guy that they got. Fucking, I forgot his name. Quinn or some shit.
Regardless.
Yeah.
They have so many weapons. And shout out to the Bengals and the Chiefs for demonstrating after this whole year that they are the teams to beat in the AFC, because we're getting a rematch.
Yep.
And like another, like, again, not like the Bengals retained all their talent for the most part. I don't know if too much of any departures that they lost. The Chiefs lost Tyreek, and we're still in this bitch. So like that, to me, as a Chiefs fan, like, I think we've already surpassed expectations at this point. We went from will they make the playoffs to are they going to win the Super Bowl? Like,
Yeah, I mean, you did.
I'm just
I
like,
agree.
as a Chiefs fan, like, obviously I want us to win this game. I just don't want to go into this game, like, devastated, because as a Chiefs fan, I can confidently say that my guy is pretty much going to get to the Super Bowl again, you know, health considered. So I'm just really enthusiastic. As a
Now
Chiefs
you said
fan,
it, Super Bowl. Let's talk it.
Yeah.
Who are your picks for the Super Bowl? Who's going to be in it? Who's going to win it?
So I think Bengals are going to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I think whoever wins out of the NFC will probably win the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah. So I want the 49ers to win, but I don't
You have that bet on the Eagles. So
yeah, exactly.
you're okay.
I think it's a toss up. The NFC. I think the Bengals should be favored. They're not. But I think whoever wins the NFC is
What are
going
we
to take
sitting
it.
at odds-wise?
So the Chiefs are
It's moved like every day since that game got announced.
minus 120. It's at Chiefs.
We are close together.
The Eagles, we got minus 148.
okay.
49ers plus 126.
Okay. Wow, those are some close bets, huh?
Home field
Those
gives
are
you
some-
like an automatic like 3 points on a spread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
So that's like almost the equivalent of that.
All right, so that being said, who you got winning? NFC? Just any NFC
NFC,
team?
so
Gotcha.
probably 49ers.
49ers?
I think 49ers take it.
Dave, you have the floor. Who you
So
think?
obviously I have the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl and winning it, but I think this would be the most marketable thing of all time. Give me a Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl, Kelsey Bowl.
Ooh.
Jason Kelsey, like, first of all, they started a podcast. Shout out their podcast, New Heights Podcast. It's one of the most trending sports podcasts around. It's great. Hear it from like two, like in NFL, like players week to week venting about what they go through and everything.
Second to Sport Champs.
Yeah, but no, they were like, how are these brothers going to start a podcast? The year they start a podcast, they're both in the AFC NFC Championship weekend.
Yeah, that's crazy.
With
That would be
with the possibility of playing each other in the Super Bowl.
That would be crazy.
All I know is if I'm either of those two's parents, you can't tell me shit.
Both your kids,
Mom
in the
and
Super
Papa
Bowl?
Kelsey, you
Wow.
can't tell me a damn thing.
You can't tell me.
That's like
shit.
that's one of those rare parents that just produce specimens. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Facts.
Watt family or like the Jones family. You know what I'm saying? Like both John Jones brothers, Arthur and Chandler Jones, have Super Bowl rings.
crazy, dude.
These specimens, man. But yeah, give me a Kelsey Super Bowl. I think that would be super marketable. I don't need it to be marketable, but any of these four teams, I think, justifiably deserves to represent the Super Bowl, and I'm enthusiastic about no matter who goes. If the Bengals win against the Chiefs, I'm rooting for them because unlike
Okay.
him, I think the AFC's winning it this year. I really
Okay.
do.
I think that if the Chiefs win this game, I think that gives Mahomes enough time to recover, and
2 weeks.
I think the Chiefs will win.
Overcome.
But that's because I thought the Bengals would win, and I don't think the Bengals are better than the 49ers or the Eagles.
Ah, I see you.
I think the Chiefs have enough offensive power because those are defensive teams. Chiefs are an offensive team.
We put 44 on the Niners when they still had Jimmy G, and they had Christian McCaffrey playing. It was his first week. Granted, he didn't know as much in the playbook at all. Like, that's the best week to catch him, is that first week. Now he's hitting on so many cylinders, I don't want to see him.
So after all that, what's your Super Bowl game?
The Kelsey Bowl.
Kelsey Bowl, and you got Chiefs, obviously. All right, man. Yeah, I like your guys' picks. I'm gonna pick Eagles, Bengals, and I got
We all got different bowls.
who's gonna win? That's a good game. Eagles, Bengals, good game. Because I think they're kind of level talent wise, kind of similar.
If Cool Joe makes it to the show, he's taking it, bro.
I'm leaning toward Bengals
And then
winning, dude. If the
and
Bengals
Jalen-
beat the Chiefs,
Jalen's going to be
Whoa.
on his biggest stage. He's only got one playoff game, or technically two. They lost the playoff game, I want to say, a year prior. But Jalen's got two playoff games. His first game, he was firing on all cylinders, all the momentum in the world at home, killing it. He's about to be at home again, but he's going against the best defense he's ever played in his career,
Yep.
in the biggest moment of his career.
Yep.
This is going to be a lot. Like, I don't think he's going to crack at all.
give them one big play. Give them one big play, though.
It's going to be something to see. I honestly think, like, if you can put a spy, like someone, like a linebacker or something on Hurts, and make sure to just don't give him the idea to want to scramble. Just take that out of his head. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Or, like, aren't they dealing with, like, what's that one pass rushers? Like Fred Warner or something like that?
Fred Warner's the middle linebacker.
Yeah, he's going to be, he might run amok on that team. You got Nick Bosa, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
I will say that I think that that game will probably be low scoring because we're going to get to see some, like, just it's going to be a bloodbath. I think the
Bloodbath
Chiefs
type.
Bengals game is going to edge towards like a 30. It's going to be
30s.
over like 63, I would say combined.
Damn.
And I think that Eagles Niners game, we might be like sub 48 for the final combined score.
So the over under for the 49ers Eagles is a 46.5. And then
Damn,
the
Dave. Okay.
over under for the Bengals Chiefs is 48.
that one's a little lower.
I was gonna say that's a good pickup. That's a good 48.
48, but I mean Mahomes is injured. Like,
You're right. You're right. You never know. Okay, one, he's out the game. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, but we could
So-
see Henny go in there because you know
And do his thing.
You know Andy Reid's drawing up some plays for Henny.
You did say anything is possible.
Any given
Exactly.
Sunday, bro. Any given Sunday.
We've seen some shit from
Yeah.
backup
And
quarterbacks in the playoffs.
Dude, they need to retire Chad Henne's number, bro, because think about this. This is 2 times in his career for the Chiefs in the playoffs where he had to go in for a hurt Mahomes. Hurt Mahomes for his ankle, gets a 98-yard drive touchdown. Hurt Mahomes for the concussion against the Browns. He gets that 4th and 1, like, big ball Andy Reid play. Fucking throws it to Tyreek on the edge. He lays down. Chiefs go to the AFC Championship.
AFC.
So Chad Henne is that dude. And, like, that was this. You know what's crazy? They had to Travis Kelce had to like make this happen. So Travis Kelce got that touchdown from Chad Henne on that 98-yard drive, threw the ball into the stands out of pure excitement. That was Chad Henne's first playoff touchdown.
Oh,
He's been in the league like
Damn.
13 years.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
They were able to get that ball back and then exchange it with the fan with like a bunch of like signed
Merch
shit
or something. That's
Which-
cool.
dope.
Shout out that fan, whoever you are, because like I understand that ball.
The fans all no.
No, dude, that's Chad Henne, bro. That's like I would trade any of that sports memorabilia that I could think of for just a signed Chad Henne jersey. That's fucking fire, bro. That's so cool. Shout out Chad Henne. So
Shout out Chad Henne. That concludes our NFL talk a little bit. I think we're pretty good. You guys have any other hard-hitting news? We have one thing we didn't talk about earlier. The official announcement of Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury that is happening February 26th, 2023. That is going to be on ESPN Plus pay-per-view.
now before anyone gets excited, just know we will not be speaking of this until after it actually happens.
Because
We're tired of
this is
flapping
the
our gums.
third time, but I just felt like we need
It is
to
worth
announce
mentioning.
the date.
It is
Yeah, you
worth
got to mention
mentioning.
it with the date and stuff. But
Should we
that's
get
happening.
into some of the more like we kind of talked last week about like Francis Ngannou, John Jones, all the things. So Tyson Fury has recently made a statement that said he would be down to take Francis in MMA gloves in a boxing bout.
Say that one more time.
So Tyson Fury has verbally,
In MMA gloves.
yeah, he's like the 4-ounce gloves. He said he'd be down to take on Francis in 4-ounce gloves in a boxing
Francis
bout.
is getting knocked out, dude.
I don't think that there is any way.
And before
Now it's time to talk MMA.
Run it
second
back.
time running it back.
I genuinely doubt that there's any recipe that Francis has to beating Tyson Fury. Like, sure,
Yeah,
does he
no,
have
Tyson's too good.
Does he have the hand strength to pull it off? Sure, but I think if you
Yeah,
put
Tyson's too good.
if you
man.
put
That ain't
Deontay
happening.
Wilder against Francis gets baptized.
Yeah. Any high level heavyweight boxer is probably gonna take out Francis.
Yeah.
It sucks, but hey, throw him in MMA and watch Francis maul them to death.
Some other random
You
MMA
know?
news.
else
Today, unfortunately, Conor McGregor got hit by a car while riding his bicycle.
while riding his bike.
And then the dude drove him to the hospital, put his bike in the back of his trunk, drove him to the hospital.
God damn it, dude! Imagine hitting Conor McGregor on his bike.
He'd be pissed. I'm
He'd be
surprised.
pissed.
I'm surprised Connor didn't fuck him up. Like,
He was fucked up, probably.
yeah.
It did say, "quote He could have died." So I might be a little
mean,
bad.
He
I mean, who doesn't say that when they get hit by
Who
a
knows?
car?
Regardless, I'm glad to see that seemingly he's okay.
Yeah,
that's
glad he's okay. Hopefully, it doesn't anything crazy. You know, Hopefully it ain't nothing crazy, man.
Some other random MMA news that I sent you.
Here, I'm gonna pull up a little.
that I sent you at work. That's kind of cool. So like, as announced, both Ricky and I are going to see ONE FC's first
Ooh.
official U.S. card.
We will be in Denver in May for ONE FC. We should do a meetup.
Yeah.
Ariel Hawani and all the crew might go,
That would
and they
be-
might do a meetup.
Dude, so we're trying
that'd be
to
so
we're
sick.
we're going to be attending the show, and ONE FC just announced the return of Sage Northcutt.
This
First
is-
bout since he got his like TKO loss in his
I'm
ONE
ready,
FC debut.
I'm ready for that. We're gonna
Sage
see Mighty
Northcutt is a
Mouse,
dog.
Sage. They're gonna keep announcing really dope fights for this card, dude. Because this
I'm
is their
looking-
first
dude.
America card.
Please, I want to see some Muay Thai fights.
It's
Down
already
bad.
all three. They're the
Oh,
Muay
fuck.
Thai, Jiu Jitsu, MMA.
I can't wait.
We might see Mikey Musumeci.
Dude, I I can't wait.
That'd be crazy, bro.
So Northcutt's
Excuse
gonna
me.
be there. That's gonna be dope.
I did want to say I wish I seen this before we moved on from NFL, but police greasing poles before 49ers Eagles game to deter wild celebrations.
Yep, Eagles fans. What are you gonna do?
Flip cars, bro.
Philly, dude. What are you gonna
What are you gonna do,
The
bro?
link gets rocking out there, and then all of Philly just runs wild.
Crazy.
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Other NFL news.
Yeah.
Broncos are looking for a head coach.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of any info
Sean
on this?
Payton.
So Sean
That
Payton,
sounds like it's not happening.
Sean Payton's
Probably
not
not
happening. Allegedly, he said he's good. Yeah. But it's looking like D'Amico Ryans, the San Francisco defensive coordinator, is looking like that guy.
But
Wow.
we had some deflating news about that today.
Oh, really?
So the deflating news about that today is that he's also potentially, because he's going to interview for Houston's head coaching job, and
Yeah.
the rumor is that he's going to take that job.
Yeah, I heard he's sued the owners
I have no idea.
over the field because he like tore his ACL, and he's like, the reason I tore my ACL was. So it sounds like there might be some hard feelings, but if I'm him, I might take the Texans job because you get the first overall pick.
Oh yeah, CJ Stroud, come on by.
Yeah, or any of the three quarterbacks. You know, like there's Will Levis, there's C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young.
I wouldn't go Will Levis yet because he played in Kentucky, so he did play SEC football. But like, I've watched him play. He beat Mizzou. Like he's a mobile, like white quarterback. It was sorry to see him beat my Mizzou Tigers. But that being said, I think that C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young, like coin flip on those two.
Or actually, I think the Bears have the first pick.
They do.
They do.
But
Yeah,
they're
they
rumored.
clutched it at the
they're
end.
rumored to trade that away or like I don't see like they're not gonna like who would they take? Is there a 1 overall guy that they really need? Because they have Justin Fields. Like I
He
don't
did
think
pretty good.
I think Justin.
I mean,
Fields,
they were 3-10
They're-
in the regular season, but
I mean, I think Justin Fields is like. I wouldn't. It's hard to say. I think he's better than those other players because we've gotten to see him in an NFL uniform against NFL defenses. He's got a year of it.
Yeah.
But what we saw from him is not a foundation to build on. All we saw was him being like, "Oh, I'm the only human being on this offense that's competent, but other than like a handful of like plays with running backs like David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert. So I'm just gonna run for like almost 1,000 yards because I have to.
Yeah.
And it's gonna look ugly. We're gonna lose every fucking game. But I'm gonna run a lot. Like that was hard
it's
to
not
watch.
Sustainable.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. Mobile quarterbacks who rely on their mobility as a means to be successful can't last. People adjust to him. Like Lamar he's not a victim of this because I think Lamar healthy can run amok at any team he's on, and he's actually proven he can throw the ball. He actually started to throw, like he's capable of a 4,000 yard season. So that's why Lamar I think is like differentiated himself from this little subgroup of mobile quarterbacks. But when you go through historically, their windows of opportunity were very short-lived.
Facts.
Because that athleticism is that's a huge toll on the body. It's a lot to ask of these guys, and on like defenses figure
One
it
hit
out.
will change your life.
Your run strategy, and like if you just look at it from a macro level and you look on the field, their run patterns it's formulaic whether you think about it or not. Your muscle memory is gonna make it formulaic, and it just takes one outside guy to say, don't rush the passer. Drop back just a tiny bit because he's gonna run and go horizontally. Like that's what this looks like. So I think Justin Fields, like it would be foolish of them to draft a quarterback, but it would also be foolish of them to have the expectation to continue what he's doing.
Yeah. I mean, I'd give him another year and see what he can give you.
Yeah.
But because this quarterback class isn't that great. Next year you have Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
coming
Heisman
out.
Trophy winner.
Yeah, and you have some other prospects. So, we'll see. But yeah, hopefully we can get D'Amico Ryans. That'd be sick.
That'd be nice.
If we can't get D'Amico Ryans, I don't know who the fuck we're gonna hire. Dan Quinn doesn't want the job anymore. He's staying with Dallas.
Yeah.
Sean Payton is still unemployed, but like sounds like he doesn't want to go there.
doesn't want to.
Maybe
So-
Byron Leftwich.
Fuck that.
Who the fuck is that?
He used to be a quarterback for the Jaguars.
Oh,
Back
really?
in the day, yeah.
Isn't he like?
Non-rememberable.
Offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I was about to
believe.
say Tampa.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who the fuck we would have if it wasn't for D'Amico Ryans. We'll see, but
I will cry laughing if y'all motherfucking get Eric Bieniemy.
fuck no.
You're not gonna. I guarantee you aren't. And if you did, it would be on like an unguaranteed ass, like the most slap to the face contract for a year you ever saw.
Let's get Dion. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to think like
Hey.
realistically who you guys, because like you guys had all your eggs in originally it was the Harbaugh basket. That fell through.
Rodgers
and then it was
basket.
Sean Payton, and seemingly that fell through. Dan
Yep.
Quinn was the assumed backup plan, and now I think he took it personal that DeMeco Ryan is getting the favoritism looks. And kind of a random tangent, but in other news, did y'all see Nathaniel Hackett's the OC for the Jets now?
Yeah, I did
Oh,
see that.
really?
Yeah,
And
they
the
picked him up.
Jets are apparently one of the top trended. Basically, what the Broncos just went
Winston's
through.
like-
The Jets are like, I think, second or first to get Aaron Rodgers in a hypothetical trade scenario.
Oh my gosh. Good luck. Hey, to pony off of that NFL news, Brad Pitt in the corner of the Chiefs. He's riding with the Chiefs, dude.
Dude, a lot of people.
You got
ride for us.
Brad Pitt in your corner,
We
dude.
have so many people that ride for us.
The
bro.
real question is, who is Drake going for? That's the real question.
That's the
Hey,
question.
you guys want to laugh? I don't know if you will cringe or you will laugh. Do you want to know who the halftime talent will be for the AFC Championship game?
Who?
He's a Chiefs fan. It blew my mind because I was like, what the fuck do you have to do
Some
with
man.
Kansas
Jelly
City?
roll. Jelly roll.
Fat Joe.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's pretty sick.
That's pretty sick, dude.
Money showers? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Right, dude? Yeah,
I never knew he was a Chiefs
Shout out
fan.
Fat Joe.
Isn't he
Shout-
from like New York or something?
From like Miami or some shit. Like,
He's a bandwagon ass bitch, bro.
Oh, he
Hey.
likes Mahomes, dude. He got a Mahomes jersey. Come on.
Yeah.
last year it was fucking Tech 9.
He's from Kansas
Shout out
City,
Tech.
though,
He's
right?
from Missouri.
He
Yeah.
performs like routinely there now for like halftime performances. And the craziest thing is when he performed at the AFC Championship game last year, that's the biggest audience he's ever had in a crowd in his whole career.
I believe it. I mean, but no, I mean, good for Fat Joe. I guess he doesn't have to be a fan of the Chiefs to be the halftime performance.
No, I was just caught off guard. I didn't anticipate him.
Honestly,
But
yeah,
I'm super enthusiastic about it.
I mean, yeah, but like
We don't even see that on the televised
they
thing.
could have done better. I've done Fat Joe, I think, for an AFC championship.
better than Terror Squad, my guy.
I think so.
Don't hate on Fat Joe, man. Let him
I mean,
perform.
it's Cincinnati and fucking Kansas City.
Let
Like,
him perform. And speaking of performing, I'm performing February. Oh no.
Don't, dude. Arrowhead just wants to do the Rockaway and lean back, bruh. Don't take that away from us.
I guess I just don't take Kansas City and Cincinnati as hip hop communities. I see like a country singer like doing a halftime show.
I think I understand where you're coming
Yeah,
from.
like Fat Joe, I'm not expecting, but
And
that's dope.
it's supposed to be cold, like real cold.
oh really?
And
That's not
they
gonna
had
be-
they had some probability of like precipitation, but I don't think it was very high. So I really doubt we'll see any.
The cold is not going to be good for Mahomes' ankle.
Fuck no.
Yeah, that's not going to help.
But we're gonna see. Do we? We don't really have a parlay this week, huh? There's so few games to talk about.
We could make one.
could parlay
We could make one.
like some football and some
We could
basketball.
do basketball. Let's make a parlay real quick and get out of here.
Next week we can talk about it next episode because it's next week, next weekend, so it's worth talking about next weekend itself. But we have the return to CBS for Bellator.
Yes.
Ryan Bader taking on Fedor Emelianenko for the second time.
Fedor does it, dude. Knocks him out again.
Fedor said he's retiring after this, but he's done that like his last like 4 fucking
Yeah,
fights.
he can't retire. He can't
He just
stop.
refuses.
All right, let's go over these. Let's go over these sports.
On what we're gonna parlay.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Winston? Are you going to do a basketball pick or are you going to do an NFL pick?
I was thinking basketball, but they got
Do basketball.
The Nuggets game isn't on here for the 76ers. Nuggets are playing tomorrow on ABC Saturday.
Okay.
At 1:30. So I was gonna put money on that, but I don't see it on here. But it's probably on yours. So I'm gonna pick the Nuggets on that one.
The Nuggies.
Yeah. Joel Embiid versus Jokic should be a good matchup.
Okay.
Nuggets have a better roster.
What is that? What you call is that?
I'm on FanDuel,
Odds.
and it's not
No,
on
what you-
there.
Oh, it's not on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know they're playing.
Well, I need you to pick one that's on there.
Are you on FanDuel?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So, I mean, I would...
Oh, hold on. Let me just try and go to DraftKings. I haven't been able to get in DraftKings for a little bit.
I would
I
go
forgot
with
my password.
I would go with the over on the not Broncos, Chiefs and Bengals.
Higher scoring game.
Yeah, of over 48. I mean, that's 24-24. I see someone, 27-24 is realistic. So, yeah, I'm going the over on that. It will be a close
Over
game.
48 for Bengals Chiefs, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't. It's a
Minus
toss-up.
110. Nice pick up. Pick up. All right. What are you thinking, Dave?
I'm not really sure. I was thinking maybe like that's hard, honestly.
Warriors play the Raptors tonight. Warriors are a minus 194. Raptors aren't very good.
That's a good pickup.
Yeah.
At Warriors.
I mean, you're at least it's not home with 6 and 18. On the
wait.
road.
Yeah.
You're at home.
I honestly don't know what
Well,
to
you're
bet.
gonna have to think of something.
I don't know. I mean, the Eagles winning.
You want the Eagles money line?
Let's see what that looks like.
Okay. Eagles money line is a minus 148. I mean, on 2 legs, we're sitting nice, buddy. We're doubling our money on 2 legs right
Throw
now.
the Eagles in there.
All right, so we got Eagles money line, Bengals over 48 with the Chiefs. Ooh, okay, so you guys got both NFL games. I'm going to go NBA. Let's go NBA a little bit. Let's look into a little something. Let's see what we got popping. I could pick something really nice, really easy. Let's open up this. I'm going to pick the Boston Celtics over the Lakers. Minus 290. Nice conservative line. We know the Celtics going to take out these Lakers.
I mean, the Lakers have Anthony Davis. They should. But
You should, right?
They should.
You're kind of scaring me now.
LeBron's been killing it, bro.
You're kind of scaring me now, dog. All right, hold on. Let's think a little bit. Let me see what these Luka props are looking like. Let's see what these Luka props are looking like. And they don't have any up. Okay.
Yeah, if you do a game like that's tonight, then they'll have those. But otherwise,
Not Saturday.
Like you could have Steph Curry scoring over 20 points. Like
That's a good pickup.
Yeah.
That's a great pickup.
That's minus 650.
I mean, we can still throw it on the parlay.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Let's see. Let me see what other options I have though. Let's see. Player points. Let's go. We're on FanDuel, by the way, y'all. Stephen Curry over 27.5 minus 105. That's a good. Is that not good? I feel like that's okay, right?
Raptors are a pretty good defensive team.
Okay.
Their coach is
maybe not
pretty,
27.5.
Yeah.
25 is a confident one.
25.
You should get 25 for sure.
Let me see. To score 25 plus minus 185.
There you go.
Even 20 plus to be safe. That's minus 650. Let's do that. We're taking Stephen Curry over 25 points. So we have a 3-leg parlay picked up for you guys. Sport Champs parlay. We have over 48 match points for the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs at minus 110. We have the Philadelphia Eagles money line minus 148. Then we have Stephen Curry over 25 points tonight, 8 p.m. Do the bet right now, guys. Do the bet right now or you're going to miss out. That parlay is sitting at plus 392. That's a good. That's
a risky bet, bro.
It's risky.
It's risky.
Hey, what
but
was
we got it.
Last year? You
Bet $5, you get $19.64. That is I mean, you're making money. You're making money. If you bet $10, you get $39.28. It's a good bet. So check that out. That is our Sport Champs parlay. Anything else for y'all?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Sport Champs.